Welcome back to Afternoon Live. It's a simple and fun way to jazz up any drink or cocktail. Here to share some delicious simple syrup infusions, we welcome back to Afternoon Live creator of the Proportional Plate blog, Candice Walker. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me back.
It is smelling so yummy and bright in here. You have several different options to tell us about today.
Yes. We're going to start with the one that is most notorious for not coming out well.
Okay.
And that's the mint simple syrup.
Oh, good. We're going to tackle it together.
We're going to tackle it together. And the trick is it's to not use the stems, but also to not introduce heat to the mint.
Oh.
So
people are doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it sort of scorches your mint. It makes it brown. Your final product doesn't come out bright green. And that's not really pleasant,
It needs to be bright green.
It needs to be bright green, especially if you're making a mocktail or a cocktail.
For sure.
So I'm just removing all of the stems here.
Okay.
And we'll set that aside for a moment while we make our simple syrup.
Okay.
I use 1-to-1 water and sugar. So this is a cup of water and a cup of sugar.
Beautiful. Just regular old sugar?
Regular old sugar. You can use any sugar though. It's actually pretty wonderful with honey as well. But just keep in mind if you're entertaining that honey is not vegan.
Oh, interesting.
But I will say that some of my favorite simple syrup is made with honey.
Okay.
So we're going to stir this until it just completely dissolves.
Okay.
Okay, it'll take you about a minute. And then you'll turn that off and just set it aside.
So you don't want to overdo that either.
Nope. You don't need to boil
caramelize
it. You're not caramelizing it. You're just dissolving the sugar.
Okay.
Okay. So let's pretend like I did that. We'll set this aside, and you want it to cool completely because remember we're not introducing heat to this.
Oh, so this is where people try to rush.
Exactly.
And they put the mint in, and then it's all over.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if you were using like a dried herb or something, like here we have a lavender simple syrup and there's a rosemary, not dried, but very, very hardy.
Okay.
You can pop it in while it's hot, steep it for 30 minutes, strain it out, and that's it. You're done. Okay. Now, what we're going to do with the mint though, because it's, you know, finicky, is
she's tender, this mint.
She's tender.
Okay.
We're going to blanch our leaves. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to pop them into hot water for about 10 seconds. That's it. Okay. And then we're going to add them to an ice bath. Now, what this does is
she's taking a cold plunge. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And we're doing this so that the leaves stay really, really bright green.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to take that out.
This is kind of a multi-step process.
It is. It is. And trust me, it's worth it.
Okay.
You can make a big batch. You can double this recipe, triple this recipe, keep it in your fridge.
Sure.
Enjoy it in lemonades, enjoy it in your cocktails and mocktails. So now we will just...
I can already smell that so much though, and it's so bright green.
It's powerful, isn't it? All right, we're going to dry our leaves.
Okay.
And then, are you interested in helping?
Of course I am. Put me to work.
I have some simple syrup there that is already cooled. Why don't you pop that into the blender?
Into the blender. Okay, well, if I have to take the top off. Oh,
Yep.
geez. All right, there we go.
This.
Okay. In the blender.
In the blender.
Nice and cooled. No warmth on the mint.
No warmth on the mint.
Okay.
Now I want you to pop these leaves in there as well.
Alrighty. And they really just come out kind of a much smaller footprint once they're all blanched.
They sure
like
do.
that. Okay.
And make sure you don't use the stems. So now's a good time for you to go through them as you're popping them in there. And we can pop the top on there.
All right. Uh-oh, which way does it go? I don't want to spill on everybody.
You want these to not be with the spout.
Okay,
So
all right.
Pop that down. Turn that on here.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And we just want to pulverize the leaves.
Okay.
So you want to wait until the leaves are mostly just broken down.
Okay.
Okay.
This is happening quickly, okay?
Yep, super quick. And now we'll pour that into our strainer.
All right, so take this back off.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. Strainer out. Do I need to go slowly so I don't overflow, or it's going to be okay?
It won't overflow. I'm using a nut milk bag here.
Okay.
The only important thing is you want it to be a fine mesh. You don't want something with super big holes like this here.
Okay.
You want it to be something that's really fine mesh. And I'll sometimes even run it through twice. What works really well is if you have one of those gold coffee filters. You can even use that. And that here is our simple syrup. You can even strain it through there twice, but here's what I want to show you.
Okay.
I have made another batch using just the steep method, like I told you could do with the lavender and with the rosemary.
Yeah.
I want you to smell the difference between the one we just made.
The bright fresh mint that I can smell from a mile away, because it is so
and it has
nice.
the leaves in it too,
right.
you know?
Okay, now this is... That doesn't even smell like mint.
I know, it's very, very subtle,
smells like
isn't it?
some kind of a tea, yeah.
After
very
this
subtle
one, it
scent.
doesn't smell like mint at all, really,
all right.
Now, if you want to make a rose simple syrup, just to add to the whole group, I like using rose water.
Okay.
And then just instead of a 1/4 cup of the water that you use to make the simple syrup, you just use rose water. And that's
easy.
Dissolve it, and that's it.
Okay.
And you could turn any of these into a lemonade by swapping it out for your sweetener.
Now that's a really good idea, because you would get that bright citrusy punch with then whatever kind of flavor you want going on in the background.
Yeah, or mix them up. Do a little lavender, a little mint, and you have a lavender mint lemonade.
What a great idea. 4 different simple syrup infusions right in front of us today.
Right in front of you today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Smells amazing. Okay, we will have these recipes and more information about Candice on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.